I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next is approval of today's agenda, but before I ask for that, we have consideration to move supplemental agreement with Snyder. If we can move that up with the TAP program consideration. We have a speaker that'll be on the phone, so.
Okay. Right, I will make a motion to approve the agenda with the mentioned change.
I will second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is approval of minutes of 4/22/26.
Make a motion to approve the April 22nd, 26 minutes.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is approval of claims for payment of 4/29/26.
Motion to approve the April 29, 2026 minutes or claims.
I will second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Before I go to the next one, just make sure everybody signed in for the minutes. If you haven't signed in, she has a paper out there for you. Now I have is consideration to approve correction of the motion made on April 17th, 2026 regarding Allstate Life Insurance 2026-27 offered policy. What we did was we wanted to stay with current program and we said term, but the current program was whole.
Right.
For the county, it's term. For our supplementary insurance, it was whole, and we were talking about the supplementary insurance.
Okay. All right, so I'll make a motion to approve the correction of the motion made on April 17th, 2026 regarding the Allstate life insurance policy that's offered, correcting that to the whole life policy.
Which is staying current.
Yes.
If I'll second, it's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is consideration to approve the Iowa Department of Transportation Federal Aid Agreement for TAP Project CO 42123 8T42 Iowa Rivers Edge Trail. Deb, come on up.
Put you on speakerphone.
Hey Andrea, this is Lance. We're in the board meeting at the moment. You're on speakerphone.
He's gonna be.
All right. I am setting up my daughter in the car, but she is aware that she needs to kind of be quiet. So I'm happy to answer any questions or provide any information you may need.
Well, why don't you just give a heads up on what this is? Obviously you're not asking for any money from the county, so can you kind of tell us how this works?
Sure. So you received a grant. So there's two things before you. There's a grant agreement from the DOT, and then there is the supplemental contract agreement from the engineering firm.
Yes.
The grant agreement from the DOT is regarding the additional 1.18 million that you were awarded through federal transportation alternative set aside funds, and that is a scope to pay from Gifford down to Union. And so all that agreement is saying that you agree to accept these grant funds and all the conditions that go with it, very similar to all the other grant agreements you've previously signed with the DOT. The supplemental agreement with the engineering firm is just similarly saying you have received this extra funding and we are adding to our contract the scope of providing design work to extend your project paving from Gifford to Union. So it is essentially matching the work that needs to be done by signing that grant agreement with the DOT and receiving that additional money. Additionally, though, this engineering agreement is also adding in the scope of some additional work that needs to be done on the Bridge 18, or that bridge over the South Fork of the Iowa River. As I understand it, various flooding and the just natural causes, debris buildup over the years, has added some additional investigations that need to be done, hydraulic studies, to ensure that with that debris removal and any of the impact of the flooding, that their design is adequate and appropriate for the bridge. So the engineering agreement includes costs that we had already anticipated for them to do preliminary engineering, paving, or design for the paving between Gifford and Union. And then it adds some additional costs to do that additional investigation on Bridge 18. That being said, that additional cost is already kind of allotted for, because within the estimated overall project cost from where the current trail ends in Eldora and all of the bridge work, Bridge 18 and the additional bridges between Eldora and Union, there was a contingency built into that cost estimate. And that contingency, includes unanticipated costs for construction and engineering. And so the additional dollars needed, as outlined in this engineering cost before you, is also covered or already funding secured. So both of these agreements before you, again, are not asking the county for any money. They're not assuming the county will need to find any additional money. It's just simply agreements to allow the engineers to include the design scope of that next phase, and an agreement with the DOT to accept their $1.18 million and the conditions that go with it, which would be similar conditions to all the other grants that you have signed agreements on previously.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Andrew.
Is that easier
Yes.
for her to explain on
Yes,
that?
but thank you for her. Yeah. And unless Taylor has any comments, I'm sure he's with his engineering, he's looked it over as well.
She's right, where that bridge abutment was gonna go is a mile downstream now, so, yeah, they definitely need to relook at that.
Okay.
Okay, well, thanks, Andrea.
Yep, you're very welcome. If you have any other questions, feel free to call or email.
All right, will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So now I can entertain the consideration to approve the motion of Iowa DOT Transportation Federal Aid Agreement for the TAP project, TAP PAR CO 42123 AT 42 for Iowa River's Edge Trail.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. And the next one would be the consideration for the supplemental agreement for the additional services. Number 2 with Snyder and Associates Inc.
Okay, I will also make a motion to approve that.
I will second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now we have is consideration to approve resolution 2026-14 bridge weight limit postings.
So our yearly resolution here, all the bridges were looked at, and like I said, before the meeting, we had one new posting, which will just be one truck at a time. So they can still drive over it, just a sign necessary. And then 5 of them went down. Mostly 3 of them went from like 10 ton to 6 tons. One went from 20 to 10. So that kind of deal. I believe we took 2 bridges off of the list from last year and we added one. So one net positive this year.
Just curious, which one is, or what the location of the one that,
The new one, it's 7134 on your map, but it is a dead end, O Avenue, south of 170th.
Okay.
Yep, so it's a dead end because of Highway 20, so it'd be just north of the city of Lawson.
oh, all right. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, so I will make a motion to approve resolution 2026-14, the bridge weight limit postings.
I will second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion?
They are enforceable once the signs are up.
Okay,
Right?
any other discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is consideration to approve the agreement between Hardin County and Martin Marietta Materials, Inc.
Yep, so they contacted us a while ago and it kind of spells it out in there. We have two of these agreements already with IAS. Where, you know, they can periodically close our road with these gates. And their thing was they thought they'd maybe twice a month, they wanted to be estimated, maybe they'll blow 3 times, so. For about a period of 30 minutes while they're doing blasting procedures. So yep, the gates would be theirs to put up and maintain and their job to put the signs up.
Okay.
Yep, and I only had signs on one direction because the other one was coming off of the highway, so. You know, it's coming from a stop sign, it does not need advanced warning, really.
Okay.
Good.
All right, so I will make a motion to approve the agreement with Hardin County and Martin Marietta Inc. Martin Marietta Materials Inc.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is consideration to authorize county attorney to execute additional opioid settlement agreement and documents. Daryl, come on up.
This is another opportunity to enter into a class action settlement agreement that's already been reached. We're just given the opportunity now to jump in. There were what they call remnant defendants. There were like 6 of them that have now settled. They've agreed to pay collectively $97 million. But Hardin County's share percentage is 0.0007375, which if my math is right, that's about $70,000. But if we don't file, we don't join, we don't receive anything. So I'm asking for authority to sign the documents and get those sent. The deadline, I believe, is this week. So I want to get that done today if you approve it.
Okay.
Okay. I will make a motion to authorize the county attorney to execute the additional opioid settlement agreement documents.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next is consideration to approve the memorandum of understanding agreement between Hardin County and City of Eldora fiscal year 2025. Which should be 26.
Should,
But
it should not.
it is 25.
Okay.
Okay. Brian Justice Assistance Grant JAG Program.
Okay, so I will make a motion to approve the MOU agreement between Hardin County and the City of Eldora for 2025 Bryn Justice Assistant Grant Program Agreement Program.
I will second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? This is basically a grant that Eldora is going to apply for. They could share it with us. They've already done the legwork on it. We're just saying that we won't try to take it or do anything with them and let them just go ahead and apply on their own.
Okay.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now I have is consideration of approved community betterment grant application, match grant application for Premier Carbide Saw and Tool Inc.
Make a motion to approve the community betterment match grant application for Premier Carbide Saw and Tool Inc.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Deb, anything?
New sign at this business, existing business, so they upgraded and installed a new sign, so. We still have some remaining funds and those will be available until
Gone.
before the end of the year, so June 30th would be. Prior to that would be our last consideration for the end of the year, but we do have some funds left, so we encourage people to apply if they're looking for a new business or if they're looking to upgrade and improve their existing signage, so it's important to the.
Mhm.
And it's a nice economic impact to Main Street and business communities to see that signage, so it's a pleasure that we can help them.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now it's consideration to acknowledge the VA quarterly report.
Make a motion to acknowledge the receipt of the VA office quarterly report.
I will second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Now I have some change of statuses.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the change of status for Zane Wielden. He's correctional officer. It's a hiring at $22.23 an hour in the sheriff's department, effective for 22/26,
Is that part?
or, oh no, as of 5/6/26.
I will second. That's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? That's permanent part-time.
That's,
Any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
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 And the next one is for Dylan McGinn. It's effective 4/27/26. He's a correctional officer. This is a promotion from part-time to full-time to a salary rate of $22.23 an hour.
I will second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries.
The last one I have is for Greg Hykens, effective 4/29/26. This is a retirement as roadside mower. Yes, retirement 4/29/26.
I'll second. It's been moved and seconded. Any discussion? He was a permanent part-time employee. So any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Other business.
I have nothing.
I just wanted to say the assessor's office will be approved at 3 Friday afternoon.
Okay. David?
All right, so we had our pre-construction meeting for the paving project, which would be on D 41, kind of from the train school north to the Red Rock line there. They are looking at starting at the end of May, early June. The road will be closed to traffic. We'll be detouring them through town up S56 by Pine Lake. And it might be a year of pain for Eldora because that bridge deck for the state is also gonna be getting done. And that one's gonna be open to traffic, so they'll have the stoplight situation. So. It'll be an interesting year. And then we're also paving that road if you take Washington north. When it goes by the county farm for the curve, so. Yep. But
Keep in mind, we know it's when it's
a
done.
month of pain will be worth it. Yep, it'll be worth it. So,
Anything else first?
and we paved that bridge deck on H Avenue 2 weeks ago, so. Things are moving there. That should be done in the next month or so and
Waiting for guardrail.
yeah, yep,
Okay. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Any other business? Public comments. Daryl, come on up.
Good morning again. This is Minuteman moment, celebrating our 250th anniversary of our Declaration of Independence. This is installment number 9. So for over 100 years, the colonies in Britain had a working relationship, both economic and political. The colonies supplied raw materials, Britain supplied manufactured goods. And the royal charters allowed colonists local control for the most part. But this mutually beneficial relationship deteriorated between 1763 and 1776 to the point of armed conflict and a call for American independence. So why? Well, war has unintended consequences, even for the victors. And so it was with Britain's victory over France after the 7 Years' War ended in 1763. The American theater of that war was known as the French and Indian War. Britain's resulting dominance over colonial North America, its hubris and soaring national debt set the table for the American independence. To assert its power and raise revenue, Parliament passed the Revenue Act of 1764. This act was different in that its stated purpose was purely to raise revenue and promised vigorous enforcement. Taxing for revenue's sake got the colonists' attention. And with no elected representative in parliament, they viewed the act as setting a dangerous precedent. In response to the Revenue Act, James Otis, a lawyer in Boston, published a pamphlet in 1764, The Rights of the British Colonies. Most of what Otis wrote echoed John Locke, but also foreshadowed ideas contained in Common Sense and the Declaration of Independence. Natural rights, God's law, government by consent. But Otis also plowed the ground for what later became a popular refrain: no taxation without representation. Referring to the Revenue Act, Otis wrote, "One act of Parliament has set people a thinking in 6 months more than they had done in their whole lives before." The American spirit had been awakened. We were coming of age, finding our voice, expressions of the American mind. Meanwhile, Parliament doubled down on its political and economic power over the colonies. In 1765, the Stamp Act. In 66, the Declaratory Act. In 67, the Townshend Acts. In 68, the Vice Admiralty Court Act. In 69, the Treason Act. And in 74, the Coercive Acts. Patient suffering and reconciliation has its limits. Our Declaration says, "But when a long train of abuses and usurpations, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right. It is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former systems of government."
Thank you. Any other public comments? Billy, come on up.
Okay, so I guess I don't know if Daryl's going to continue the minute to get to the meat of the Declaration of Independence. I'm not certain. So I'm going to assume that he's not. You need to understand that half the Declaration is a list of 27 specific grievances lodged against the king and his regime. Kind of like what we got going now. You know, if you actually would look at the document, put it in your hands and read it, you might get it. So I guess I'll have to go over a few of them. The king, the clown we have now, has refused his assent of laws, the most wholesome and necessary for the public good, because we know that the public good is not at the top of his list. His own good is. Let's see. He has forbidden his governors to pass laws of immediate and pressing importance, unless suspended in their operation till his assent should be obtained. No, we're not passing good laws. I'm gonna put that responsibility on our Speaker of the House, God forbid. Oh, you know, EPA, we have EPA. When you eliminate people, you remove attorney generals, you remove the heads of, like the EPA, the DOJ, the FBI. When you replace those heads of those agencies with totally incompetent people, of course, conditions in this country deteriorate daily. He has called together legislative bodies. That place is unusual. Can you say Mar-a-Lago? They're uncomfortable. They're not secure. And when you talk about about the military and what's going on and the security of the nation, when you talk about that stuff in a dining room over a piece of cake, we got issues, and you know it. You know we do. Good grief. Let's see. Endeavor to prevent the population of the United States. Obstructing the laws for naturalization of foreigners. When people come here, apply for asylum, which is legal, in case you didn't know, and then they go to court to fulfill a legal obligation they have, but then they're arrested when they're actually following the law. And then they're hauled away, never to be seen again. Families separated, and and then to have the nerve to say, this is a Christian nation, separating families. It's just, it's pathetic. Obstructed the administration of justice, refusing his set of laws for establishing judiciary powers. That would mean taking away, for instance, power of federal judges. Well, we know what he says about judges, he doesn't like. And then for Trump's administration to send emergency requests to the Supreme Court, which then issue they issue their opinion. Well, no, they don't. It's on a shadow docket. Somebody sends out a one-page thing and says, yeah, we'll do what Trump says. They do not say how they actually come to that conclusion. So they don't even have to review the law, apparently, because they can just, give you a response which has no realistic defense for why they would make that choice. Let's see, because there's 27 to go through. I don't know, maybe I should take a few weeks to go through those. He has erected a multitude of new offices. Remember Doge? Remember that? Elon Musk? And taking all your private information, in case you didn't realize that, and fired people indiscriminately. It was crazy. No, it did not save you money. And they have your information more than they ever had before. Not say that you don't give it away using your phone, do everything.
I do have a 9:30.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, a good
I'll
wedding.
have to come back.
That's fine. That's what I'm
next
asking.
week. And I guess I'm supposed to thank you for letting me use my First Amendment right, freedom of speech. I'm glad I don't even have to ask you, because you know that First Amendment right. And if you didn't let me come here and do it, you know what? There are other ways. But anyway, yeah. Thank you.
No,
And I'll
thank you.
see you next week.
Thank you. Were there any other public comments?
Oh,
I didn't read my last sentence. And I thought it might scratch the itch. I will see you in 2 weeks when we take up the declarations list of Britain's abuses and usurpations. I have a trial next week, so I'm focusing on that, so.
Right, so how many weeks will this last?
So from there, I can ask for adjournment.
Motion to adjourn.
I will second. It's been moved and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries for adjourn.